Hello friends, welcome to the Ray Moon Oracle. I'm Rayo and today we're back with another tarot review. So I have one that's been around for a long time, that's been in my collection. We're finally talking about the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I got my little friend, new friend, hanging out on top of the deck right here, just kind of acting as protective energy for it. I don't know why, but that's what this snake is doing. So Wild Unknown Tarot. So it's the original one from Krans, and Krans is quite well known at this point in the tarot and oracle sphere. There are 4 decks that Krans has made, and this is the first one. And this one I think is the one that really kind of pulled me into tarot and tarot readings and doing tarot online. I remember watching a tarot video online and seeing this deck and just being absolutely mesmerized from it for the start. I'm like, I need that, I need to get that. It's just, that is a deck I need to have. And eventually I ended up getting it. So originally it came in this really nice box. The boxes are pretty nice keepsake items if you decide to keep them. But I ended up pulling them apart and I didn't keep it. And I was realizing that later as I was looking at the archetypes deck that I still had. And then the new alchemy deck, and I was like, oh, I should have kept all the boxes. But in that box you get the guidebook, which is this size, and then the tarot deck. And so the Wild Unknown Tarot and then the Animal Spirit are these size, and then the alchemy and the archetypes are this size, like this. So square boxes and then rectangular boxes. So this deck, it's one of the first ones I feel like I really had a solid connection with, that I really was able to build like a repertoire with, interact with, and there was just strong meaning in each card. So it was really exciting to kind of get to know this deck. And it's one that is just a staple in my collection now. I have the mini version of it for pocket and traveling size one, so I can take it with me. The back of the cards look like this, so pretty simple in that regard, but then we get into the artwork for this deck and it's beautiful. So in terms of shuffleability, easy. These cards shuffle super well, super easy. They are super easy to work with and to read. So fits really well in the hand size. They're just a standard kind of card stock, standard size for a card, and they are just easy to handle, easy to use, easy to maneuver, which is really nice, especially for a deck and one that I use all the time and consistently. In our guidebook here, Krans kind of structures it out in their typical style. So it has our major and minor arcana. The minor arcana is first. Is our like little description of the different suits, the court cards, and then how Krans does some specific readings and different shuffling and cutting, which is pretty standard in like a tarot deck, where it's like, okay, here's how to read cards if you haven't ever done it before. Here's a couple of spreads. Here's your grand cross spread. Here's your past, present, future spread. Here's how to do a daily spread. Celtic cross, I mean, sorry. So lots of different ways to kind of do it, but then we get into the descriptions. This one doesn't have the more in-depth descriptions that later Krans works does. It just has our basic tarot description. Doesn't even have reverse meanings in here, but we got a couple keywords here, for example. And then in later Krans books and decks, we get a little bit more descriptions. But this one's pretty basic, and that's actually not a bad thing in this case. It makes it easy to work with, and it matches the imagery of the cards themselves. Top one I have right here is our Ace of Pentacles. So this one's really cool. Look at just these pops of color, and sometimes even lack of color in Krans's illustrations and work here. Here's our Nine of Swords. That's a strong card for sure, right? Some of that artwork here. Then let's see, Daughter of Swords. Look at those little pops of color with the little rainbow spheres. Here's our Four of Pentacles. So I think there is a beauty in the simplicity in Krans's work, and this is why I feel this deck specifically is just kind of a timeless one. Beautiful Two of Pentacles. Here's our Two of Wands. Let's see what's another really. Here's the Lover's card. The Tower. Here's the Sun. So in like comparison to like the original Rider-Waite imagery, there's a lack of lots of symbols in this deck, but I think it really like narrows it down and like distills down to the actual just solid energy of that card specifically, right? So it's like, okay, we look at the Sun card here and it's like, okay, basic, yes, that makes sense. Tower, right? We don't have like a person falling or anything, but we have the tree and the tree getting hit. We still have that lightning aspect there. We have the something getting hit. We have a little bit of fire, but it's a bit more basic imagery by comparison than the original Rider-Waite. And I think that pays off. I think that really just it gives you more of the feeling and the essence of the card, of the imagery and symbolism and archetype of that tarot card specifically, than really diving into specific images. This one's beautiful. Like, it's look at the roots there in the Six of Cups here. So we have that tree, but showing the beauty of the roots and how they spread out and how they change and transform. There's this little bit of color here pop in the Nine of Wands as it's like moving up. We have the little bit of color there in the moon. So these like looking like steps. So honestly, this is a deck I recommend to everyone. I think it's a good beginner deck in a lot of ways. I think you do have to do more research in the tarot itself and do a little bit of outside research, because the book itself isn't going to give you a ton, but it encourages that psychic energy and really feeling out the card itself. When I've worked with people, new people working with the tarot before and everything, they're really always attracted to this deck, and it's one I've gotten for people or seen people get multiple times because it's just a deck that works for so many people, and I think it's a really, really good deck to have. Let's see, where's a couple other fun cards here? Ten of Cups in this one. Look at that. The rainbow, the color, the moon card. I just did a video about the moon, so this one's just easy. It's like, okay, yep, the moon's there. It's nighttime. We see some trees there. So it gives that sense of mystery that's common with the moon card, the nighttime, the femininity because the moon is present in there. And it's just simple in that regard. All the fulls super cute. This is one of the first ones. Look, little baby bird about to jump off that that ledge, that limb there. Wheel of Fortune. This is a beautiful card. So that rainbow comes out very consistently with Kim Krans's work, and in this one specifically to show more divinity, more psychic aspects, to show deeper knowledge. There's Three of Swords. Look how powerful that one feels. Just got that like little hint of blood almost, what feels like at the bottom there, but it also could be the ribbons at the same time and all tied up. There's our Four of Swords hanging over that lamb. There's our Three of Wands. So Kim Krans has put out multiple beautiful works since this deck, but this was definitely the start and a very important deck, I think, for the development of tarot in my life personally. It's a deck I come back to frequently. It's a deck that it keeps on giving, and you're able to discover more things with it as time goes on. And it's just a beautiful deck in the long run too. So the inside of the box right here has a little quote. So it says, "Welcome to the wild unknown tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box, only mirrors for reflection. Open your mind, draw a card, have fun on your journey." And that, yeah, that resonates. That makes sense for this deck, because it's just like, there's the simplicity there. It just allows you to explore, to journey, to create, to learn, to understand and grow with yourself. So highly, highly, highly recommend this deck. I had to do a review of this deck because it was one of the first major ones I've gotten. I have all of Kim Krans's decks so far that they've put out, and I don't regret having a single one because I think they are all beautiful, and this one was really the start of it, and that's why I went back and finally got the pocket one too. Let's see, do I have that one right here? I think I do. Come here. Yeah. So here's the pocket one. This is the pocket tarot. So here's the original one. Here's our pocket one. So it comes in this nice tin case here. And then we also have a mini guidebook, which is super cute. So nice little mini guidebook that you can keep with you. So it makes it really travelable for sure. And I can throw it in my bag and not worry about the deck getting injured or hurt at all, because it's in this nice tin. And then the difference I want to show real quick, see if I can find it. The Justice card is changed between decks. I think it's the Justice card. Let me see real quick. Come on. Oh, here's a Star card. This one's a pretty one I always have to show too. Here's the Star card. That one's beautiful. Nine of Pentacles. There it is. Oh, Justice. It's the Justice card. Yeah, I think maybe I said that. So here is Justice in the newer decks for Kim Krans. And then since I had bought this Wild Unknown a long time ago, closer to when it first came out, I have the original Justice card as well. And then you can kind of see the size difference as well. Let's see. Hello. There it is. Okay. So here's the original Justice card. So we see the colors not there, but we see that duality with the two cats on either side of the sword, one black and one white. And then here is our size comparison for the cards. So quite a bit smaller, and then that Justice card has been updated to have a lot of rainbow and pretty coloring in it instead now. So here's that two cards together. Quite a bit of a difference there, which makes it much more travelable for sure for that pocket tarot. But yeah, can't recommend Well Unknown enough. I have two of them because I just enjoy the deck that much, and it's just a good deck to have. I've gotten other people to buy it as they've been exploring tarot and getting into the tarot, because I think it's just a good deck on the whole. And yeah, I recommend it to you too. So if anybody's seen this and wanting to dive further into tarot, getting their first tarot deck, I think this is a good one to look into. So that is all I have for us today, friends. It's just kind of a raving of this deck specifically, because that's how much I enjoy it. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.